The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions. The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions of WBGR Network. Any questions or concerns about what is said should be directed to the show host, whose information will be provided upon request.
My brothers keep a show, I gotta let them know. Tuesday, 7 p.m., gotta let them know. 3 M's, mint and model, gotta multiply. God gets all the glory, hands in the sky. My brothers keep a show, I gotta let them know. Tuesday, 7 p.m., gotta let them know. 3 M's, mint and model, gotta multiply. God gets all the glory, hands in the sky. My brothers keep a show. Introduce the host. My brothers keep a show. Introduce the host, Pastor Dr. Michael Green.
Hello and welcome back to another Breakfast Mojo. I'm your host, Comedian Coy, and we're about to eat some breakfast. So come on, follow me. It's already set up. This is what I heard, so I have no idea what's expected. All I know is it's breakfast food, so let's see what it is. I have no idea what it is, folks. No idea. No idea. Here we go. Oh, wow, look at this. Legends. Okay. They got the thing all set up here. It's chicken and grill. So we're going to see what the chicken is right now on the Breakfast Mojo. What do we have here? Chicken. And what else do we have here? Okay, waffles. Okay. So the chicken kind of threw me off because I'm like, it's breakfast. Hello, this is the Breakfast Mojo. Chicken and waffles. Got my syrup here. Should have been blindfolded when I was doing this breakfast. But let's see what it's like here. Wow, looks good. It cuts easily. Got a little white powder on it. Some butter. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see what it's looking like. At least you could have had the fork and the knife match each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. Let's see what it's like here. Here we go. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let's see what the chicken is like here. Got, some of y'all are saying, why don't you just pick it up and eat the thing? You know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. So we got the... Very basic. Nothing fantastic. I wonder if I can do 2 reviews. One for the chicken and one for the waffle. I actually like the waffle. I think the waffle is very good. The batter is very, what do you say? A little bit on the sugar side. The chicken, on the other hand, could be a lot better. I'm not really happy with the chicken as much. I don't think the chicken actually makes the waffle any better. I think the waffle actually complements the chicken. You know what I'm saying? So for my review, I will say breakfast brilliant for the waffle and breakfast blah for the chicken. We'll probably do it separately. So that's all the review that we have. Thank you so much for tuning in. Look, what is your favorite waffle place? Do you have a chicken and waffle spot that you normally go to that you can recommend? If you do, write it in a comment. Let folks know, okay? Don't forget to subscribe. Breakfast Mojo. Take care.
Are you hungry yet? Come on over to Peru's Chicken, where we're cooking up mouth-watering Peruvian-style dishes like quesadillas, tacos, burritos, yuca, arroz con mariscos, camarones a la parrilla, charbroiled chicken, fresh salads, and so much more. Our friendly staff at both of our locations, Lanham at 9001 Annapolis Road in Lanham, Maryland, or Mitchellville at 12106 Central Avenue in Mitchellville, Maryland, we are ready to serve you. Just come on in. Y claro que sí, hablamos español. Peru's Chicken.
Because they're hot.
Tengo hambre.
What does that mean? Don't touch the mic because it's hot. It's gonna burn us, or what does that mean?
Same thing as when the light's red.
Hey, great evening, everyone. Great evening. I'm Mike Green, and welcome to My Brother's Keeper, the greatest show on this side of greatness. Of course, we're doing what? Making it great. And this is Tony the Tiger Terrific Tuesday. And of course, we're making it great. And again, sitting alongside me tonight is my mainest man, sidekick extraordinaire, Dr. Brian Champion. Amen. Man, it's good to see you in the house.
Hey, it's good to be in the house, man, on this Christmas Eve.
Amen. Christmas Eve. Hey, we just want to say happy holidays, season's greetings, Merry Christmas to everyone. And again, thank you for allowing us to come into your homes through mobile device, television, or whatever device we're coming in and giving you information and sharing information with you. We definitely appreciate you tuning in tonight. Just want to get some housekeeping rules in order. Just want to thank Dallas Fort Worth, San Antonio, Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, New Jersey, Maryland, Washington, D.C. area, and going all the way across to the West Coast with Imani Cathedral, Christian Church under the leadership of Bishop Jelani Kafela, and then traveling back to the East Coast with Bishop James Bernard Walker of the Christian Methodist Episcopal Church, and that is the 7th Episcopal District. We thank you so much for all of your support of what you give My Brother's Keeper. Again, 301-429-9247, 301-429-WBGR is the call-in number. It's going to be a stone gas tonight, so definitely you want to be one of the fortunate callers to get connected and talk and share about our conversation tonight. Also, we want you to like and share. Please like and share. Also, some community news you can use. We're encouraging you to definitely go to www.mybrotherskeeper.org. That's My Brothers, spelled BROTHAAS.keeper.org. And definitely check out some of the community news that you can use. Definitely awesome to be in the house. Again, we wish you happy holiday season's greetings, happy Kwanzaa, and Merry Christmas as well. So I'm going to just get right into, let me just do this announcement right quick, and then we can go right into your...
Well, we can talk about a couple of announcements that are going on, so go right ahead.
Okay, hey, just want to let you know, between March the 12th through the 14th, we have Kingdom Man 3. That's going to be on the horizon, so definitely save the date. It is a $75 registration. If you go to stmatthews.com, you can definitely see those announcements and the flyer, definitely on the Facebook page equally as well. $75 registration fee and $225 per person. It's going to be an awesome event. Definitely within the registration, you definitely get a nice Kingdom Man 3 t-shirt, as well as a dinner at Texas Roadhouse, and other little trinkets that we throw in the bag equally as well. But it's going to be a stellar event. And our theme is, this year, we're going to be talking about the man and the pain of man. The pain, born in pain, but birthed in prayer, through prayer. We're going to be talking about how men suffer in pain, but they can come forth out and through prayer. The story of Jabez, because even as we know, we talked briefly last week about a lot of the suffering and silence of pastors, but we really are addressing it to men. So definitely that is one of the things that we're going to be dealing with, born in pain but birthed through prayer. And that's the story of Jabez, how God enlarged his territory in spite of the pain that he was born in. And I just think that when men come together collectively, iron sharpeneth iron, and we become stronger, and as a result we take away strength instead of continually reporting on the problem and the pain. So that's March the 12th, and stay tuned for the speakers that's going to be coming forth, and we're looking forward to a dynamic, life-changing event, March 12th, and it's going to be at Presidential Resort down in Virginia.
Amen.
And I think that's Chancellorsville, Virginia. Chancellorsville, Virginia. And you spoke there
I had
last
a chance
year.
to share with you all last year.
Man, you was off the chain, Doc.
We had a good time. So, I know you all have a awesome event planned again, and I understand that not only will it be St. Matthews, but the Washington, Virginia district and the New York, Washington conference will all be coming together, bringing men together for this for this retreat. So
absolutely, I'm looking forward to a life-changing event. And again, as you said, the Washington, Virginia region coming together and being a part of this wonderful event. I'm just looking forward to the men being blessed as a result. And I'll actually, one of the first nights that we do get there, when we get around the campfire, that's a tribal moment that we get together, and the men, we come together and just set the atmosphere that for the rest of the week.
Sure.
For the week, actually, and it's awesome. It's awesome. And the cabins, and we got the young men coming in, and the young men coming in. They'll be in a separate cabin, and before they come collectively with us, but they'll be receiving some teaching and a rite of passage with other young men, and then they'll come over, and then of course they'll have their questions. But I'm just looking for an explosive moment, man, for God to get the glory through this opportunity of men coming together, building and understanding that your pain is not a place of stoppage, but through prayer it becomes your power.
And more information about it, I think I've seen it posted on your Facebook page as well as the St. Matthew website.
Yes, absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely. Definitely.
So, as we're also in the holiday season, I believe the Ministers Alliance are doing a Christmas program?
Yes, the Ministers Alliance is doing a program tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Over at Russell Temple. I believe the address is 501 North Alfred Street. The pastor is Reverend Michelle F. Parker. Definitely, I'm sorry, it's over at Israel.
Said Israel.
I'm sorry.
Dr. Helton.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
On a roll, but the Christmas celebration is going to be over at Israel Metropolitan under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Ricky Helton, and that service starts at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And it's not going to be a long service. It's going to be 1 hour, actually. And that's the area churches, the Washington Ministerial Alliance. We're doing the Christmas program at Israel Metropolitan, and I do believe that's on Randolph Street.
557 Randolph
557?
Street, Northwest.
Yes.
In D.C.
Yes, under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Ricky Helton. And some of the information that's about Israel, man, I was just really amazed that even when we talk about how the Underground Railroad, how Harriet Tubman, that was a passage. And also Frederick Douglass spoke there. I mean, it is drenched in history, our history. So again, 557 Randolph Street Northwest, right off Georgia Avenue, New Hampshire Avenue, then Randolph. Definitely come on out. We're only going to be an hour. Come on out and be blessed by the word of God.
Amen.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to just say, and from my understanding, is Israel's going to be celebrating its 200 years of ministry in 2020, and maybe the oldest African American church in Washington, D.C.
200 years.
So
200 years, man.
So we want to congratulate them on that upcoming celebration.
Congratulations, Dr. Helton.
But That's tomorrow morning for Christmas service. So I think the service at Russell that you were talking about is the...
That I jumped out of there. That's the New Year's Eve service. Absolutely.
Right.
The New Year's Eve service is going to be 501 North Alfred Street in Alexandria, Virginia, Russell Temple, under the leadership of Reverend Michelle F. Parker. Definitely an awesome event to come on out and bring in the new year. You have local preachers from every congregation that are going to be bringing a 5-minute word, a sermonette. And I'm so looking forward to that. I have 2 of my preachers coming, and everybody else have preached. I'm looking forward to the Word of God, of time. What has 2019 basically brought you? And so I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a wonderful opportunity to just sit under the Word to hear the Word of God.
Oh, man, that's great. And my understanding is also the Lane Memorial Church at 1423 C Street.
Yes.
On this Sunday, the 29th coming up,
yes,
they are actually celebrating and having a Kwanzaa service. And so inviting individuals to come out and join them for their Kwanzaa celebration as well.
Yes. Also, I believe Bunton is joining in this collaboration. So it's not only St. Matthew and Russell Temple, but it's going to be your church with your pastor equally as well.
For the New Year's Eve.
For the New Year's Eve service, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's going to be a combined service, but also open to the public, open to the My Brother's Keeper family and community. After you watch us next Tuesday night, you can leave and then go to the New Year's Eve service at Russell Temple.
Okay.
Yeah. But first of all, remember, watch My Brother's Keeper next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. before going to your watch night service.
Absolutely. Because we're going to be in the house.
That's right.
We're still going to be coming live. And again, we really want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and season's greetings. Happy holidays. And on December the 14th, man, we did the doggone thing. If you go to our Facebook page, St. Matthew, you'll see that we were able to bless over 30 families, man, with gifts. The children of inmates, prisoners, people who are incarcerated, being able to just love up on them and be a blessing to them. Over 30 families. And it was just simply phenomenal. If you go to St. Matthew CME Church, our Facebook page, definitely you can see it. Go like it, share it, say a word of encouragement, or just like it and keep it moving.
Amen.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's going on in your world, Doc? I mean, I haven't seen you since last week.
Well,
and I know it's been busy.
Everything's going good. We've getting ready for the holidays, celebrating. Going to be spending time with family tomorrow. My daughter and aunt and uncle, sister, and all of us.
How's that Christmas shopping going for her?
Whoa. Yes.
How is that Christmas? All of my babies, they're older now, so I've been there, done that. But how is it going for you, bro?
Well, it's changed, because now she's not looking for all the toys from Santa, but she still has some things that she's interested
Those items.
Right. I'm not even going. She might be watching. I'm not even going to mention some of the things that are on her list. I'll just let her.
She's giving you the list, though.
Yeah, but I'll let her wake up tomorrow and find out that Santa's blessed her.
Amen. Amen. Is it going to be Santa or is it going to be Daddy?
Well, it's all the same for her,
Okay. All right. Well, let's jump right into our African American person of interest.
Oh, certainly. I had this person last week, and since I was I came in late, and so didn't have the opportunity to do it, I thought I'd just push him into this week. But there's certain people who are famous, so famous that you know them by one name. So you don't have to actually say their whole name. But this gentleman, you don't even have to say his name. All you have to say is do.
Luther.
And everybody knows who I'm talking about. Luther Vandross, born April 20th, 1951.
Well, some people say Luther or Luther. So I know him as Luther.
All right. Well, he I'm gonna give you his birth name here as Luther Vandross. But like I said, we know him. That's all we know him by.
Okay.
Or we know him by those melodious tones.
Yes, absolutely.
That he let us in. But he's a American singer, songwriter, and record producer.
Anyone who had a heart would take me in her arms and I feel it, Doc. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Hey,
you talk about Luther.
That's what happens when people start talking about Luther.
Yes, sir.
You can talk about his Christmas album. You can talk about some of the other work that he's done. Even every year when the national champion is crowned at the NCAA basketball tournament, they have a song that they play at the end with the magical moments. That song is by Luther Vandross.
Okay.
And so, it's just how he touches our culture is very significant. And I would say to any of our listeners who are 30-ish or so, Luther may have been in the background.
Well,
you were being part of.
You think?
I'm just saying because he just had that way of causing a particular mood.
Friction.
Okay.
Some furniture moving, and but that's that's a good thing. That's a wonderful thing.
That's
that a lot of children have been conceived to Luther Vandross.
Right.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure he would like to think of it as that his legacy was to,
create intimacy.
Right, and love moments.
Moments of love and intimacy. See into me. And I got you.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
totally different than the Teddy Pendergrass, huh?
well, yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that remark came from our actual producer, Miss Beverly Session. And let us understand that the views that are shared by Miss Okay, go ahead, Brad.
Hey, look, we're going to talk about something else in a moment, though. But, he was born in Manhattan, New York. He was the fourth child. Taught himself how to play the piano by ear at 3 years old. His father, Luther Sr., was an upholsterer and also a singer. His sister Pat sang with a vocal group called The Crest. And she was featured on 2 of their recording albums. After graduating from high school, he attended Western Michigan University, but left after 1 year in order to pursue a career in music. So he started off, and it's a lot of things. I was watching this movie one time, and of some older individuals performing, and you see Luther sitting in a chair in the background doing background vocals for people like Roberta Flack, Donny Hathaway, Shaka Khan, Bette Midler,
absolutely,
Diana Ross, Barbara Streisand, Donna Summers, and Dionne Warwick. So just to name a few people,
pretty amazing.
That he,
if I can interrupt just momentarily for one moment, I did not know that he did as many jingles as he did.
Okay, so you read my notes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's talk about the fact that he also did jingles for NBC TV, Mountain Dew, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Burger King, and Juicy Fruit. Now, you probably do remember the Juicy Fruit, because if you hear that Juicy Fruit song, you could tell that's his voice.
Give it to us, brother.
I can't remember it at the moment, but I'm saying that one, it was definitely, you could hear that Luther, Luther kind of, really became to the forefront of the public scene when he was the lead singer for a group called Change. And their main song, or their debut song, was In the Glow of Love. And so he was with them for a few years. When they got ready to do their second album, he decided to go out and do his own thing. Ironically, they did the second album. They had started some of the recording, so he still did backup on Change's second album. But he had then come out with Never Too Much and A House Is Not a Home, which was a
classic, all-time classic,
a remix
man.
of a Dionne Warwick. But he's a member of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You know, his awards include Grammys, Soul Train Music Award, and American Music Award.
Yes, sir.
But Luther Vandross, like I say, is a person that has hit our community in such a way that we know him as Luther. And that's all you have to say is Luther. And everybody knows exactly who you're talking about. So we just thank God for the life and legacy of Luther Vandross, for the music that he made. And he wrote a lot of songs that others recorded. And sometimes he recorded them later, and people thought he was doing remakes of someone else's song. But he had actually written it, and they had performed it ahead of him. But we just want to acknowledge him today as our African American person of interest.
Amen. Luther Vandross, ladies and gentlemen. Luther. What is your favorite Luther Vandross selection or song? What is your favorite Luther Vandross song that you just really just, when you hear it, you be like, that's my song? What's your favorite, Doc?
Oh man, it's true. It's hard to name one. It's just hard to name one. But you can't lose with a Luther song. And I had one of the privileges of actually seeing him in concert on a few occasions.
I had an opportunity to actually see him several times, and one of the favorite parts is like in the opening when he would come out and he would walk, and then he would project his voice, and then just walk right past the microphone and then pass it, but his voice would still carry. I mean, just straight artistic. I mean, it was just wow. It wowed you. And I said, I'm not a singer, so I wouldn't dare.
But he was a showman. It was not just
an entertainer. Absolutely.
Not just a singer. He put on a show.
Absolutely. Brother Coy, what you got, man?
The song he did with Gregory Hines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was that?
I want to be loved. Oh. The two of them sitting on a little bench like this in the video.
But we're not going to reenact that.
But no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you two go ahead. Sing it. We want to have fun tonight. You said you wanted to laugh.
No, oh, love wakes me up every day.
Okay.
That one.
Every day.
I'm pretty sure it didn't go like that.
Hold on. Coy is the Christian comedian, but don't leave us now. I want to be loved and needed. Come on.
No.
That's a different song.
That's another.
There's nothing better than love.
There's nothing there. Okay,
better than love. What in the world?
Oh, come on, Coy. People think we're making you up. You got to come, at least come on the camera. Coy, you got to come on the camera, Coy. Come on, Coy. Come on.
Do what he said Luther did. Walk by in the mic.
Go ahead.
It's good, though.
No, I just said no.
No way.
Don't hate. Congratulate.
I like the song with Gregory Hines.
Yes.
I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coy, Christian comedian.
It was a fresh song.
Yes.
And we didn't hear Gregory Hines sing before, right? We just saw him dance.
Tap dance. We just saw, absolutely.
So it was a cool song. And
yes.
They were just so cool together. You know what I mean? So it was a great ballad.
Do you know
I just like the melody of it.
You like the melody?
Yeah.
You remember the melody?
Da 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 da.
Go ahead, bring it in.
Da 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 da.
Yeah. Go ahead, Doc. You got it.
I don't know.
He gave it to you. He gave it to you. Did you give it to him?
You got to give me the words. You know,
it's not karaoke. No, it's not. I was going to say it's not karaoke night.
Look up the words, baby.
Looking it up.
Okay, can you get the words? There's nothing better than love. What in the world do you I'm trying to help you out, Doc. Because see, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Dr. Champion is a singer. Extraordinary.
I don't know about that.
What?
I mean,
Dr. Champion, don't do that. I've been just singing a little bit, and I've been my congregation been looking at me like, They be like,
That's what they do. They say, preach, baby, preach.
Stay in your lane, Doc. Stay in your lane. I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that.
Words.
Dr. Champion wants the words.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
You carry well, though.
No, I'm going to back him up.
You're going to back him up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to back him up.
I'm going to go to the chorus.
Yeah.
He go to the chorus.
All right.
But
go ahead, brother.
The first line was tight, though.
The first line is...
Hit the first lines for us, brother.
I can't remember the tune to the first line. I fell asleep late last night, and I dreamed.
Yep.
And I dreamed.
The night and almost half the day away. I just got up so that I could hear her say, she's still in love, and no one could ever take away. Ooh, love.
Yes.
Wakes me up every day.
This brother on it.
And I thought,
Yeah.
no one could ever make me feel this way. It fills me up. And I hear her say,
she's still in love.
and no one could take her love away. Now, all of y'all, I wanna
Be loved.
There's nothing better than love. What in the
Come on, man.
world be thinking of?
Ooh, love.
Okay,
All right, that's it.
Well, you need. No, thank you, Corey.
Now everybody knows why Gregory Hines and Luther Vandross are iconic.
Yeah, amen, amen. That's
But that's
a good
our
thing.
tribute to them today.
Amen. Praise it. But ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Coy. Yay!
Yeah.
Hey, you saved him, man.
That was good.
All right.
You know what? You know what? One of the things that I would say that when you said, "Ooh, love," there's nothing. I wanted to say another song. I was getting ready to bridge off into another song.
Yeah, you're about to do the remix.
Yeah,
Who knows what song he was going to, right, Corey?
and needed, depended on, and the love to give.
That's the main
Main ingredient. Okay, yeah. I was getting ready to go into another song, so that's why I just was like,
That's all I think it's about somebody who left you.
Well, I think that song is begging because,
song.
The one that he's trying to mix in is talking about.
Yeah.
well, both of them are begging. It's on a different level. It's not Lenny Williams level, but it's,
Who's gonna hit Lenny?
girl, you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is season.
The original Stalker song. The original. I sat outside.
I'm not gonna touch that.
You know it was. He was.
I'm gonna allow the woman, ladies and gentlemen, that's Miss Beverly Session. I'm going to allow her to talk about the love stalker song.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And this is the night that we're just sitting back, and kicking the bobo. How many of you know about kicking the bobo?
Well, I was just going to ask you, did you see Eddie Murphy's return to Saturday Night Live?
I saw it, and I was on the couch, and I had a good time. Just it took me back. And one of the skits, Mr. Robinson, and it was very, very. It just brought me back. It took me back 30 plus years. It took me back, and it was good to go back down memory lane.
Sure. And I didn't see all of it, but I saw some of it, and I missed the part where. And have you heard the controversy that Bill Cosby's camp has with a statement that he made? And I actually didn't hear it when it was said, but it was it was kind of him making fun of how, I guess, 30 years ago when he was on Saturday Night Live. Bill Cosby was the father of America, and he was like the
Well, here's the kicker with me. If you ask me, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. At least give it a backdrop of what the comment was.
Oh, the comment was about him being incarcerated and him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The comment was, but if you would have told me 30 years ago that I would be this boring, staying at home house dad and Bill Cosby would be in jail, even I would have taken that bet. That's what Eddie said.
Well, I guess I kind of have in a middle of the road kind of feeling. In my opinion, it really doesn't amount to much, but I just am tired of media, social media, the media putting us against each other. If you can recall Raw, if you can recall Delirious, he had comments, he had very strong comments against Bill Cosby then. So it was nothing new today. So, okay, it's comedic, keep it moving.
Right.
Keep it moving.
I thought that the Cosby's response, or the response coming out of his camp, was not comedic, and it really, really, you know, when it referred to him as a step and fetch it.
Yep.
It referred to him as what? Cooning. You know, I thought all of those were some very harsh comments.
Yeah.
You know, you can not like the joke, but now you're really taking it out of a comedic standpoint and really trying to turn it into more of a social issue, which in context, I don't think it really reached that level of being a social issue.
Yeah.
They made more of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I had almost forgot about the comment.
So actually, it makes people tell the joke again. And they could have. No, I mean, here we are talking about it.
I got you.
We wouldn't be talking about it if his camp didn't respond. I just would have been like, "Did you see it?" You know, my favorite part was when he did Gumby. You know, or you know, you would talk about Velvet Jones or people like that. You know, those were the
let
things.
me tell you something.
Dead now.
Right.
Gumby. No, I was like just in a moment when I saw Velvet Jones on Jeopardy.
Oh yeah.
I lost it because I had not seen Velvet Jones.
And he was promoting that book, wasn't he?
Several books. And he updated the books as well. So he came ready. And it was like, but in my teens and sneaking and watching, you know, Saturday Night Live, you know, when I was younger, it was like, wow. And my uncle and I, we just lose it over, you know, Velvet Jones.
Yeah, Velvet was a special guy.
But I did look forward to him doing, gonna get in the hot tub.
Oh yeah,
gonna get in the hot tub. Then he put his foot in. It's hot.
Yeah. And you know, I was really curious to see some of what he was going to do. Because some of the material, as social conscious has changed over the last 30 years, a lot of material that he did then wouldn't fly on TV now. But he did it in a way that reminded you of all those characters, but didn't take it into that bad place of context. But one thing I did see, and I thought this was funny, when the other comedians came out and said, "Hey, did you get my skit?" He said, "Well, I kind of thought that was inappropriate," you know. And he acknowledged it.
But you know, I thought that was awesome that he had the other celebrities come out, and you know, and but here's one thing that I will say about Bill Cosby. Had it not been a Bill Cosby, there wouldn't be an Eddie Murphy. If it were not an Eddie Murphy, there wouldn't be a Chris Rock. It would not be the Kevin Harts. It would not be the Dave Chappelles, or to the magnitude of where they are. So we got to understand that somebody paved the way for each of us. And so when we start getting into a place where when we get opinionated about, you know, that comedian's comedic art, you know, that's the art form. Eddie has been that way since he came out. And so that's where I'm saying the consistency since he performed Delirious, Raw, and now 30 years later, you know, still doing, and so him coming back. And so I just looked at it and it rolled off my shoulders. But I think when the mainstream media get a hold of it and put two against each other, I think then it causes us to take sides and divide us.
Was it the
becomes divisive.
media, or was it just Bill Cosby's camp
It was mainstream media, I believe.
I didn't see
And
his folks put something.
Well, no. They took it and they ran with it, as if to say, Batman hit my hand kind of thing. And so it becomes divisive then. So, but that's just my opinion.
And I mean, one thing you're absolutely right about. I mean, we look at life and we, as generations move forward, we achieve things that the generation before us did not achieve. And if it had not been for the generation before us, we wouldn't have had that platform. So, we stand on the shoulders of others, but we got to remember to not stand on their shoulders with spike heels.
Yes. Absolutely.
So we can't harm them and hurt them. Yeah. But at the same time, we recognize that sometime as we are going through our feelings, that sometimes we take things out of the intention that they may have served. And I do believe that if his camp was offended, there's probably a way to do that without bringing it to
the way they did.
All of our attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like I said, all it does is make people take sides. And it also revisits, what your feelings about what Cosby did, whatever they may be. He's not in our everyday conversation anymore. Which is good. Which is good. So we shouldn't be talking about it on a regular basis. But this brought it back to the forefront, because people aren't just talking about the two words that they said. They're also talking about what he is in jail for. And we need to be talking more about all those other positive things that he did, and not why he's in jail.
Yeah, and that's quite amazing as you say that, because again, we look at we concentrate on so much what he did wrong instead of what he paved the way for. So definitely, I agree. And I particularly, I enjoyed I Spy. I was very young, but you were much older than I. So, but I definitely understand.
I don't remember I Spy.
Robert Culp and Bill Cosby. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't see it.
What was that show with Lincoln Hayes with what's that? Clarence Williams? Mod Squad. Yes. Oh, she remembers it. She's older as well as
whatever. I remember the movie.
Oh, the movie came out 20 years later. The movie came out 20 years later. Amen. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to continue to keep it light on this evening.
Y'all got deep with the Bill Cosby and Murphy thing.
No, that wasn't deep. I don't think that was deep. But I was waiting on him again. I was waiting on James Brown, him to do the skit of James Brown. You say you only caught half of it?
I didn't see the show, but some of it has been posted.
Okay.
Online, some of the individual skits have been posted. I saw some of it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that the and of course when you brought up Velvet Jones, I was like, put my head down, because every time I think about Velvet Jones, it's like it's just crazy. Oh, yeah. That something like that would he could form a character out of that. But Gumby,
Velvet's my man. You know what? Talk about Gumby. So now. I guess he rebranded Gumby.
Yes,
because
he did.
Gumby was the little toy when we were small or whatever.
He was once a little green glab of clay. Gumby, you should see what Gumby could do today. Gumby, he can crawl into any book with his pony powerful. Pokey.
And that's what I always said. During all those years that he did Gumby, they never did an episode with Pokey. Nobody knows who Pokey is.
I think he did one. I think he did one.
Nobody knows.
Oh my God.
Nobody knows Pokey.
Gumby was my man.
That's like
that's Murphy's version of the real
No, the real version where he used to slide. He was so
I mean, that's like the equivalent of bosom buddies. Tom Hanks made it, and the other guy did. Gumby like hits. And nobody knows Pokey. Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff, he done went to Pokey Land.
Season's greetings and Happy New Year, everyone. We're just, hey, that's my disclaimer tonight. He went to Pokeland. Hold on. Just like the little girl on Family Matters. She went to Pokeland. She went upstairs and went to Pokeland. Well, the little young daughter, Judy.
Because after like the first season... Yeah. After the first season, they only had 2 kids instead of 3 kids. They just wrote off the script. They ain't sent her away to school or nothing. Just like...
Hey, whatever.
They ain't even make mention of it. Probably didn't. They said, take these out of syndication.
But they say she went upstairs and she never came back downstairs. It was like, where'd she go?
My.
But anyway, okay, go ahead.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
no, but you know what?
Gumby.
Okay, but you forgot about one other character that he did that night. Buckwheat.
I'm the Masked Singer.
Buckwheat's greatest hits.
No, but
I remember.
can I just one?
Sure.
If you can remember back then, and I'm not making light of it, because violence is never good. So President Reagan was shot, and so they had the episode where Buckwheat was shot, and so they kept playing it and over and over again, and so it was like, I mean, it's like President Reagan got shot, and so then they kept playing this over and over and over. And I mean, it was just so, I mean, what they were doing was funny. Not the fact that President Reagan, was shot, but Buckwheat was shot, and they kept pushing him in the car, and every time they kept playing, he came up to the car, and he was shot, and they pushed him in the car, and they kept playing it over and over. I mean, I was like, man, I didn't believe they did that, and I was looking for them to do something very extreme with Buckwheat this time.
Well, now that's one of the I mean, after you said that, I remember that episode, and even with Buckwheat, the Buckwheat that Eddie Murphy did, they couldn't do that now. I mean, but I remember, he did all those songs, and they would put the phonetic spell, and it was like, looking for nub in all the wrong places, looking for nub. All them songs.
You months, dice, times of me.
All of those. So he did that part today. But all seriousness, the Little Rascals as a TV show is rarely aired because the NAACP, fought the Buckwheat, Stymie, Farina, Cotton. Cotton was Stymie's little brother. And that's like this episode I remember as a kid. I'm not even going to mention it now because it was that racist and everything that I can't believe that actually, as a kid, you're looking at it. Because when I was growing up, it was on syndication, so it came on every night. So you saw the same episodes over and over and over again. But as you get older and you realize how racist some of those things were, how, they portrayed African Americans. I think NAACP really fought against them continuing to air a lot of those shows.
Can you see them anywhere?
You probably can find them on YouTube.
You can buy a box set.
But in all fairness, the Peanut Gang, remember the little black friend? And everybody else was sitting on the opposite side of the table, and he was sitting over there by himself. We look at those things today, and we see those things, and the suggestive thoughts and what. And
that's why some of those things, in present context, shouldn't be shown any longer.
Mm-hmm. Can I just give a comment on that? Where there was a black teacher that wrote to Charles Schultz and asked him, why don't you have any black characters? And he just said, I don't know. I just never really thought about it. He wrote them in. All the papers wanted to cancel is the appearance of Franklin. That's his name. They wanted to cancel the strip because
She called him Franklin.
That's his name.
No, we understand, but we were just saying, or I just said to Dr. Champion that you knew Franklin's name because you cared.
The black man, the black character. Let's give us names.
Okay, Franklin.
He was somebody.
So did Schultz share?
Schultz said, I'm not pulling it. So if you don't want to publish it, fine. Because his thought was, all these people have been reading it all along. Why now all of a sudden?
Yeah.
And I want to say that was, I think, it was a woman from the Tidewater area of Virginia that wrote.
Oh, and you're right. I mean,
That's my African American.
And the interesting thing is, TV has a wonderful opportunity to, influence our social thinking.
Yes.
And so when we don't show certain things, or when we show certain things, it helps people to begin to accept things. The commercial a couple of years ago where the gentleman is laying on the couch and his daughter comes over, and she's a mixed race child, and she comes over to her African American father, and she puts Cheerios on his chest because it's supposed to be good for your heart.
Yes.
And how many people in white America really had problems with that commercial.
Yes, I remember.
But what it is that this is the world we live in.
Yes.
So let's not pretend that there aren't interracial couples and there are not children being born of these interracial couples. And so I think that, when you're doing commercials like that, those are important for people to see.
Absolutely.
Because oftentimes when we see shows or commercials that only give people attributes that follow a stereotype.
Absolutely.
It allows those who have a lack of exposure to actually feed in and believe those stereotypes are reality.
And run with them. Absolutely. Just like I think of Tarzan. Here's this European who comes to the land or the country or continent of Africa and rules tribes and the people. He speaks English, but these other people, don't speak his language, but yet and still he speaks to a monkey. And so it perpetuates that, this stereotype that, you put, this European up here, but Africa is down here.
Right.
So I definitely concur. So when we really begin to understand that you can sit America, United States of America, into Africa about 11 times. It's a great mass continent.
Oh, I mean, here you got Gilligan's Island, which showed 7 people get stranded on the island, and that the indigenous people of the island were people of color.
Yes.
And that they were savages.
Yes. Yes.
And so people begin to believe that that's what happens once you leave the shores of the United States and you get out and see the rest of the world.
Yeah. Just sit right back and we hear a tale of a fateful trip. Yeah, just like they on the Love Boat, they only gave Isaac one love interest, one of the Pointer sisters. But Doc and everybody else, even Captain Stubing had several love interests. But they only gave Isaac one, and then how they portray the image of African Americans.
Right.
They gave him a whole bunch, then we would have been saying, why they got to make the black man a hoe?
Well, the reality is when you really look back at that show and you see it and so forth, it really, yes, he was an African American man, but it was those collars on his shirt that probably influenced women to go the other way.
Not the fact that he was a bartender.
No, it's like could you button that up?
Hold up. Is that what he did?
Yeah,
when he turned around? Hey, Bev, Well, anyway, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this wasn't a very serious show tonight. We was just sitting around and just kicking the bobo, as I said. You guys remember kicking the bobo? That's a saying that we used to say in the Washington, D.C. area, kicking the bobo, just kicking it around and just having good in time and having a good time. And just having fun with my co-host, Dr. Brian Champion. Always a pleasure and a treat. And definitely, we even got more out of our producer, Miss Session, tonight as well, because she chimed in several times. So definitely, we enjoy you guys tuning in. And Miss Session, did anyone chime in or without tap into our part of crazy?
No. Wait. The closer I get to you.
The singing.
That's a candidate. Yeah.
Oh, the closer I get to you. That's with Luther. Was that with Luther? Was that with Luther? That wasn't with Luther, was it?
Did he redo it?
I didn't think he did. I didn't think he did. But I mean, I could be wrong. Yeah. The closer I get to you. Okay, Luther is the man. Oh, I have nothing. Patricia Denise. I have nothing.
Song?
Yeah, I have nothing.
Okay. How does that
Yes.
song go?
I have nothing.
I mean, Luther just
I
has.
have nothing.
You sit there in his concert and you were just like,
Yeah, just amazed.
oh, that's my favorite. Then he seen the next song. Oh no, that's really my favorite. You know, that's just the way you kind of would go through it.
And he himself also, as he was background to many, brought a variety. I think one of his backgrounds was a guy from Shalimar, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, man, and they were just jamming back there, man. And they really supported him. And, you know, as he was doing his thing on stage, man. And they matched him with the energy. They gave him their energy. And it was really, to me, it was awesome.
You know, one of the craziest things I remember, I don't remember what year this was, but he and Anita Baker went on tour together. And they fought the whole tour. About who should be the top bill. And so they had some arrangement where one night he would go on and she would close, then the next night it would reverse and everything. And audiences kind of was like, no, we came to see Luther.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
you go see Luther and then Anita comes on. It's like, you know, I mean, not taking anything away from her as an artist or a performer, but Luther lit up. Now, the night I saw him, Luther was close to show. But I got feedback from other people who went the night before and it was opposite way around. How, you know, no, that just wasn't it. So they ended up, as they went on the tour and they didn't get along very well, that the tour ended up, you know, moving in a different direction.
Yeah, actually, I believe it was, I was interning at WHUR at the time, and they had the backstage passes, and I didn't go, but they came back and they were talking just what you shared, what you shared, that so much friction, and wasn't very happy. Apparently, Luther closed and Anita started, but she wasn't happy, and then they were basically saying that they would never do that again with each other, the shows.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. But we don't have that.
No.
We don't have that.
Open, close, it's interchangeable.
Yeah, interchangeable. So in fact, Dr. Champion, if you would like to close, you sure can close.
You'd like for me to close? Well, before I close, do you have any parting shots that you'd like to
see, ladies and gentlemen, did you catch that flow? Did you catch that flow, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, man, I'm just wanting to say that Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy New Year. God loves you. I love you. And hey, 923 Cedar Heights Drive, Cedar Heights, Maryland, St. Matthew. Hey, service starts at 11 a.m. Come on out to hear a dynamic word and be loved on and be encouraged by the Lord. Amen.
All right.
So that's it.
Okay, well, thank you.
Now back to you, Brian.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you, Sister Session, for always coming out. Our producer who gets us together and gets us right each week. We thank you for the year that you have led us through. Man. And we just want to say to all of you, we appreciate you. We love you, and we're thankful for the time you're willing to spend with us each week. And we, My Brother's Keeper family, wish you a very special Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. But we're not going to say Happy New Year yet because we're looking for you to come back next week at 7 p.m. So until then, God bless you, and we'll see you on the other side of greatness.
God bless you. Have a winning week, everybody. God bless you.
My brothers keep a show. I gotta let them know. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Gotta let them know. 3 M's mental model. Gotta multiply. God gets all the glory. Hands in the sky. My brothers keep a show. I gotta let them know. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Gotta let them know. 3 M's mental model. Gotta multiply. God gets all the glory. Hands in the sky. My brothers keep a show. Introduce the host. My brothers keep a show. Introduce the host. Pastor Dr. Michael Green.